From the sun-drenched shores of Hawaii to the neon-lit streets of cinematic fame, Keanu Reeves's life story unfolds like an epic screenplay. It is filled with triumph, tragedy, and quiet heroism. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut's tumultuous political landscape. His mother, Patricia Taylor, was a British costume designer and showgirl performing in Lebanon's vibrant nightlife. She met Samuel Reeves, an American geologist with a diverse heritage: Hawaiian, Chinese, English, Irish, and Portuguese. This genetic mosaic gifted Keanu with a rare, timeless quality that transcends cultural boundaries. This heritage later manifested in Keanu's ability to convincingly portray characters from every walk of life. He played roles ranging from ancient samurai to futuristic cyberpunks. The turbulence of Keanu's early years began almost immediately after birth. After brief stops in Sydney and New York City, his family eventually settled in Toronto's Etobicoke neighborhood. This followed his parents' acrimonious divorce. In New York, young Keanu developed his first love for comic books and superheroes while living near Times Square. His father disappeared when Keanu was just 3, creating an emotional void. The actor has rarely discussed this publicly. However, he once revealed in a rare moment of vulnerability, "There were nights I'd stare at the ceiling wondering if I'd ever be enough." His mother's subsequent marriages exposed him to both creative chaos and raw energy. She first married film director Paul Aaron, then rock promoter Robert Miller. These influences shaped his unique artistic sensibility. Academic life proved challenging for Keanu. He attended 4 different high schools in 5 years. He struggled with undiagnosed dyslexia, which made traditional education feel like trying to read through frosted glass. Outside the classroom, he found salvation in sports, particularly hockey. He emerged as a star goalie for De La Salle College's team. His pre-game rituals included meditative breathing exercises he developed himself. These hinted at the intense focus that would later define his acting process. A catastrophic knee injury at 15 shattered his Olympic hockey dreams. However, it serendipitously led him to the theater department. There, a transformative performance as Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet revealed his innate understanding of Shakespeare's language. This was a surprising gift for someone who struggled with everyday reading. Keanu's professional odyssey began with remarkable humility in Toronto's gritty 1980s arts scene. He defiantly dropped out of high school at 17, temporarily straining his relationship with his mother. He supported himself through odd jobs, including night shift work at a steel drum factory. He also had a brief stint as a journalist for a local cable station. His early acting roles were unglamorous. He appeared in forgettable Canadian TV movies like Babes in Toyland, 1986, and commercials for mundane products like oatmeal. Yet even in these modest beginnings, his work ethic shone through. He famously spent weeks perfecting a single cornflakes commercial until he could pour milk into the bowl without splashing. The path to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989, was paved with skepticism and rejection. Keanu auditioned 7 times for what studio executives considered a disposable teen comedy. He finally won over producers with an improvised audition. He channeled Ted Logan's blissful ignorance through what he later called the philosophy of radical optimism. The film's surprise success catapulted him to stardom at 24. It eventually spawned 2 sequels and a video game. However, industry veterans dismissed him as a passing fad. Few anticipated the dramatic metamorphosis that would follow. The 1990s revealed Keanu's extraordinary capacity for reinvention and physical transformation. For my own private Idaho. 1991, he lived for 3 weeks on Portland's streets with co-star River Phoenix. They survived on less than $5 a day to authentically portray street hustlers. The intense bonding experience created a profound friendship. Phoenix's tragic 1993 overdose left Keanu emotionally adrift for years. His preparation for Point Break, 1991, became a Hollywood legend. He spent 6 months training with real FBI agents at Quantico, scoring in the top 10% of firearms tests. He also became an expert skydiver, logging 27 jumps. He studied bank robbery techniques until he could execute perfect tactical maneuvers. This obsessive commitment to authenticity became his signature. During Speed, 1994, he performed the dangerous bus jump stunt himself, despite the studio's protests. The stunt resulted in 2 cracked ribs, which he concealed to avoid delays. Personal tragedies during these years would have broken lesser individuals. The stillbirth of his daughter Ava in 1999 with girlfriend Jennifer Syme plunged him into grief. Syme's fatal car accident just 18 months later deepened his sorrow. He later called this period the abyss. Rather than retreat from public life, he channeled his grief into quiet philanthropy. He established a private foundation for pediatric cancer research. He also donated $31.5 million of his Matrix earnings to the visual effects and costume teams. This act of generosity was only revealed years later by grateful crew members. He never wanted recognition, recalled one technician. To him, art is collective, and rewards should be too. The Matrix, 1999, demanded unprecedented physical and intellectual transformation. He underwent 6 months of grueling martial arts training under legendary fight choreographer Yuen Wu-Ping. The sessions, lasting 4 hours daily, often left him vomiting from exhaustion. Simultaneously, he immersed himself in philosophy. He held weekly discussions with UCLA professors about Jean Baudrillard's theories of hyperreality. He even audited graduate seminars on existentialism. This dual preparation resulted in a performance that blended balletic physicality with profound metaphysical questioning. The film revolutionized action cinema, earning $460 million worldwide and spawning 2 sequels. The post-Matrix years saw Keanu deliberately eschew predictable career paths. His directorial debut, Man of Tai Chi, 2013, was filmed partially in Mandarin, a language he studied specifically for the project. It showcased his encyclopedic knowledge of martial arts cinema. The little scene, Henry's Crime, 2010, served as a wry meta-commentary on his own career. He played an amateur actor staging Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard. The John Wick franchise, 2014 to present, marked both a creative resurgence and physical evolution. At 50, Keanu trained for 3 months in judo, jiu-jitsu, and tactical firearms handling. He became proficient enough to instruct other cast members. He performed 95% of his own stunts despite multiple injuries, including a fractured wrist and 2 broken toes. His resilience through unimaginable loss never curdled into bitterness. His dedication to craft never became ego. Now in his late 50s, he continues to evolve as an actor, director, and producer. Upcoming projects include a return to neo-noir and a passion project about samurai philosophy. Keanu Reeves stands as living proof that success in Hollywood doesn't require sacrificing one's soul. His greatest role wasn't Neo or John Wick, but being authentically, unapologetically himself, a lesson more valuable than any box office record. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.